How big is the market right now, specifically for nutrition and diet? Any estimate in India?
I will say it will be somewhere between 500 to 1000 crores
500
yearly.
Do you mean online, or you are like taking the whole industry?
I will say online. I grew the page in 2017. In 1 year, I was able to grow it to 25,000 followers, get a few paid collaborations, was able to earn 1 lakh from that page. And that is when I realized कुछ तो है यहाँ पे. Fitelo Tamil में, Telugu में. We've crossed 1 lakh followers on both pages. And
you mentioned without any ad spend.
without any ads.
Wow.
बहुत सारे स्टार्टअप्स बोलते हैं ब्रांडिंग करना है. We said our content is our branding, because that is the first touch point we have with our potential clients.
Right.
I think on a monthly basis today we must be doing 100 million plus impressions. यहाँ से जब 10x करोगे तो क्या होगा? What kind of people will you need, right?
Yeah.
And I'm thinking कि चलते रहने देते हैं. As long as I think the clients are getting results, as long as the employees are happy, as long as the business is growing and profitable, चलते रहने देते हैं.
Health, I think specifically, is one industry where the fake content is like used the most. I think top पे politics आता है, second पे health आता है.
No, गोली होती है ना white color की. Said have this, overnight you'll see 2 kilos gone. And then I know there are so many young people, less than 25 years of age, who've bought flats in and around Chandigarh.
Wow.
From their own money. तो इससे बड़ी
That's so fulfilling, right?
इससे बड़ी achievement क्या
You
हो
are
सकती है?
contributing to people's lives. What do you think is the future of Fitelo next 5 years from now? So we have with us today Sahil. So he's the co-founder and CEO at Fitelo. And today we are going to discuss a lot of things: industry, his journey with Fitelo, and of course some questions about how he has been able to manage the team, grow the team to such a level. And I hope that you'll be able to get a lot of takeaway out of it. So Sahil, before we start, I know you. I know a lot about you, about the company, but I would like to want you to quickly introduce the company and what the story has been till now.
Okay. Thank you for having me, Siddharth. First of all, so it's been a fantastic journey, I would say. Fitelo we are in our 6th year now. Mac and I, we are childhood friends. We go way back. Actually, we met for the first time in a gym in, I think it was 2003. And अगर हम उस टाइम जिम में मिले होंगे, you can imagine. So we were like age 15 or 16, and we both weighed over 100 kilos.
You too?
Yeah.
I knew about Mac, but I didn't know about you. Okay.
So we met for the first time in the gym. Childhood obesity was common for both of us, and 15, 16 is the age when you realize it matters. उससे पहले ऐसा था कि ठीक है, but that is when you are about to go to college. The image of self, I think आज की डेट में तो बहुत जल्दी होने लग गया realize, but back in the day, that was the time you realized it matters a lot, and we said we would want to change it. Over the next 5-6 years, we would try everything that is out there. Gym was उस टाइम पे gym ही होता था, so gym was our starting point. Then we tried supplements, we tried diets,
that's interesting. Okay.
We tried the GM diet. We even tried some medicines. One of our coaches said, we were so frustrated. We said, हमें जल्दी से करना है. We're tired of this. And he said, okay, but are you sure about that? So he gave us some medicines. Like, गोली होती है ना white color की. Said, have this. Overnight you'll see 2 kilos gone. Okay, interesting. And just imagine how desperate we were. उसने ऐसे 2 गोली निकाल के हाथ में दिया, हमने खा ली. That is how we were taking medicines, right? We इतने desperate थे. So later in our journey we realized यार ये water weight कम करने के लिए उसने कोई medicine दे दी थी, but water ऐसे it is not sustainable. So no matter whatever we tried, it was never sustainable. We used to get some results over time. There was bounce back. Everything happened. All the weight was back. 2008 के बाद 2019 आ गया. So I met Mac again at actually one of our friends had invited a small gathering. उसने बोला कि यार कुछ नया स्टार्टअप करना है, तो आई एम जस्ट ही फ्लू डाउन फ्रॉम ऑस्ट्रेलिया, एंड वो 10 साल से ऑस्ट्रेलिया में था. इट गैदर्ड सम फंड्स एंड सेड मेरे पास कुछ आइडियाज़ हैं दैट आर पिकिंग वेरी वेल इन ऑस्ट्रेलिया, वी कैन ट्राई इट इन इंडिया. तो ऑब्वियसली एक्साइटिंग. तो मेट मैक देयर. मैक तू यहाँ पे कैसे, राइट? सेड यार वही सेम ग्रुप. तो वी मेट एंड दैट आइडिया डिड नॉट टेक ऑफ, बट मैक एंड आई वी स्टार्टेड टॉकिंग मोर. मैक की जर्नी भी काफ़ी इंटरेस्टिंग रही. 2008 के बाद ही डिड हिज MBA, landed a sales job, then but obesity did not leave him. So he got so obese that he injured his ligaments and he was bedridden for a while. Had to leave his job.
How much his weight was at that time?
120 odd kilos.
Wow.
So he had to leave his job. He said enough of this. उसको समझ आया nutrition. He said because he's from a medical background, he did his second masters in nutrition in 2015 and 16, right? उसके बाद वो बोलता है कि बैंगलोर में था. He worked with Manipal Hospital and he said offline तो ये बहुत मुश्किल है. I think he unlocked the secret of nutrition. Nutrition is still probably underrated. 2015-16 में तो बिल्कुल ही underrated था. Everyone was like gym जाना है, right? तो when Mac understood what nutrition can do, he said ये तो मुझे करना है. So from 2016 till 19, he was trying to build a platform, a nutrition platform for other coaches, other nutritionists. तो we met and मैंने कहा यार अच्छा लग रहा है concept, try करते हैं.
अच्छा.
हाँ. तो मैंने कहा यार तेरी बातें सब अच्छी लग रही क्योंकि मेरे को ऐसे बिलीव नहीं हो रहा था कि यार ऐसा हो सकता है क्या. तो हम ऐसे 35 में बरिस्ता में बैठे हुए थे. तो वी वर मीटिंग, राइट, कुछ करना है, इंटरेस्ट आ रहा है. बिकॉज आई थिंक फिटनेस एज अ सब्जेक्ट, वेट लॉस एज अ सब्जेक्ट हमें समझ आता था. एंड वी बिकॉज चाइल्डहुड फ्रेंड है तो
You had been talking about this since like almost a decade now, right?
हाँ ऑलमोस्ट अ डेकेड, राइट. तो मैंने कहा लेट्स डू इट. तो मैंने उसको बोला मैं कि B2B तो जो करना चाहता है ठीक है, इसको तो वी कैन टेक दिस टू द मासेस.
अच्छा, Mac was trying to make
बिल्ड
it
अ
a B2B
प्लेटफॉर्म
B2B
फॉर अदर
platform.
कोचेस. हाँ. तो मैंने कहा यार ये क्लाइंट के सीधा कस्टमर के पास जाते हैं ना, पीपल डोंट नो इनफ अबाउट इट, राइट. और उस टाइम पे 2019 इज द टाइम व्हेन वी हैड स्टार्टेड टू हियर अबाउट हेल्थीफाई में उस टाइम पे आने लग गया था न्यूज़ में, दे आर डूइंग कुछ ऐसा बना रहे हैं, कुछ बन गया है. तो वी सेड करते हैं यार.
It was also raising funds around that time only, right?
हाँ कर लिए थे. आई डोंट रिमेंबर एग्जैक्टली, बट हेल्थीफाई पीपल हैड स्टार्टेड नोइंग हेल्थीफाई मी.
Correct.
सो वी सेड करते हैं यार. तो वी स्टार्टेड डूइंग इट. I think it's been 5.5 years now. Very exciting time. It has been a very exciting time for us. Till date, I think I enjoy my day a lot. Every day, even though it is full of challenges, every day I wake up and I am thinking, आज मुझे क्या solve करना है, right? So I think it has been a journey. We've evolved a lot. Today, Fitelo is one of the leading players in this space, in the online nutrition space, and then we are very proud of what we are building. One obviously is the business side of it. Obviously we are generating money, we have grown, अच्छा ही लगता है. But I think more than that, I feel we are one of the few ones who are actually trying to help people. And then this space, fitness really, probably it's the same old boring concepts, right? खाना अच्छा खाओ, eat clean, move a little, and then you have to sleep well. Social circle अच्छा होना चाहिए, screen time कम होना चाहिए.
Basic चीजें.
Well, it is just the boring stuff, very boring stuff. But इसमें कोई क्या बेचेगा, right? What is to gain for any company out of this? So इसकी कोई बात नहीं करता है. People will try to sell you gut supplements and new workouts and new fat diet plans क्योंकि उसमें कुछ नया है. तो वी सेड नहीं यार, हम सही तरीके से करेंगे, चाहे इवन इफ इट इज द मोस्ट अनसेक्सी बिजनेस, हम ऐसे ही करेंगे. एंड आई थिंक इट हैज गॉन वेल फॉर अस. वी एडेड अ लेयर ऑफ साइकोलॉजी टू इट. तो आई थिंक फॉर एट द एंड वी फील व्हाट वी आर डूइंग इज एक्चुअली एडिंग वैल्यू टू द कस्टमर. उनकी एक्चुअल जेन्युइन हेल्प हो रही है. वी आर हेल्पिंग देम इन देयर लाइफ. हेल्थ तो है ही है, इमोशनली एज वेल, बिकॉज आई रिमेंबर बैक इन द डे व्हेन वी वर unhealthy, very unhealthy, obese. It came with a lot of, I will say, emotional trauma. Bullying was very normal back then, right? So bullying होना,
and I think fat shaming वगैरह concepts.
Fat shaming होना. I'm telling you,
common था, correct.
There was a time when I remember so many events or instances in my life. घर पे शादी आई है, कोई भी फंक्शन आया है, यू हैव टू बाय न्यू क्लोथ्स.
इज इट ओके? कैन यू शेयर समथिंग अबाउट दैट?
हाँ, तो 2-3 इवेंट्स तो मुझे बहुत क्लियरली याद है. आई डोंट रिमेंबर किसकी शादी थी, बट हमें कपड़े खरीदने थे. अनफॉर्चुनेटली मेरे साइज के कपड़े होते ही नहीं थे.
रियली?
हाँ, होते ही नहीं थे. इट इज जस्ट इमेजिन, इट इज 2003, 2004, इवन बैक, राइट?
Even as a kid.
हाँ, एज अ किड यू वर लाइक 15 बट यू वर लाइक 110 kilos, राइट? तो नहीं होते थे. एंड यू कुड फाइंड, सो अगेन व्हेन यू गो टू अ वेडिंग यू आर ड्रेस्ड अ सर्टन वे, फॉर्मल्स और एक पार्टी वेयर टाइप में होते हो. आई वॉज द वन वाज वेयरिंग जो उसको मिल पाया, एक्सट्रीमली अनकंफर्टेबल कि यही मुझे आ पाएगा. सो एंड मेनी सच इवेंट्स विच वी डोंट टॉक अबाउट, बट ये सब चीज़ें थी. तो आई थिंक all of this helped us to make Fitelo.
Well, it's amazing actually, and the thing I liked about is how the personal experiences are integrated in building the company, right? But Sahil, मेरा ना एक बहुत specific question है इसमें, and this is something a lot of people also talk about. So we talked about health, fitness in like last 10-15 minutes, but we talked about weight, right? So health is weight, right? And I'm also asking this question because very recently there is multiple narrative around women's body specifically and their weight in the Olympic, right? So हमने देखा कि people who were also in let's say wrestling category or people who are in athletics, they come in very different shapes. Let's remove shapes for now, but also weight.
Yep.
Right? So how important or how close is the right weight to getting right level of fitness or health? Or is it just that कि if my weight is in control, I'm fit and healthy?
So I will say weight is one proxy. So for example, if someone is overweight, कुछ और health issues हो सकते हैं. It is a proxy, but it does not mean कि सब कुछ सही है. I think last 2-3 years में we've seen so many celebrities, fit people, so much fit, having the right weight, but again dying of cardiac arrest and or suffering from multiple problems, right? So ये सामने आ रहा है. So it is not the only measure, I would say, but it definitely is a proxy.
But do you mean that weight is a symptom rather than like an actual problem, like because of an underlying disease it's happening?
So again it is interrelated. So weight के कारण बहुत सारी diseases हो सकती हैं. The risk of so many diseases go up because you are carrying excess fat in your body. So yes, so I think obesity से related disorders हैं, and there are so many disorders that lead to obesity also. तो interrelation है, not an exact measure, but I will say good proxy. And आप ऐसा भी समझिए, weight is something that matters to people a lot more than other things. The way they, unfortunately, the way they look governs a lot of things.
Yeah.
In their life.
Correct. That's
Yeah.
true. But here's another question regarding weight and fitness. So there's one of my friends. So since college days, even in school days, he used to be like extremely overweight, right? The same story. And right now he weighs around 110 kgs. And I know that he has some like issues or let's say image issues because of that. And he has tried everything and it didn't work for him. I think he has also tried diet with some people and didn't work out for him. My view is, and I may be completely wrong, I'm not an expert. My view is chances it's genetic, right? But do you feel that such things happen or with clients where you have tried a lot and their weight is not decreasing for one reason or the other and you pointed कि ये genetics के कारण, and if it is there a solution to it?
I think genes कुछ चीज़ें define करती हैं. I will say if you go back to human evolution, हम क्या थे? Hunter gatherers थे. Food की scarcity थी. Food की scarcity थी. आज की डेट में फूड्स की abundance है.
मेरे ख्याल से इंडिया में 60 साल पहले तक थी.
हाँ.
Correct.
So I will say I don't think obesity is to do with genes. अगर genes में कुछ ऐसा भी है, genes generally will say, for example, let's say there is this allergy to gluten that is causing inflammation in the body, जिसके कारण weight नहीं जा रहा है. Genes can tell you some things, but ऐसा नहीं हो सकता कि genes के कारण आप obese हो और आप ऐसे ही रहोगे. You can still take steps. I think the right steps मुझे लगता है लेने बहुत ज़रूरी हैं. But at least I have not heard someone saying कि medical problem कोई नहीं है, but genes ऐसे हैं तो वो obese है. तो मैंने ऐसा बहुत कम, मैंने नहीं सुना ऐसा actually.
Got it. No, I sometimes feel that some people are naturally like overweight. I don't know like what's the cause, or at least they're bulky or
बल्कि होना इज अगेन बल्कि होना इज डिफरेंट,
right.
ओबीस होना इज डिफरेंट, राइट? तो बिल्ट वैसी हो सकती है, बॉडी की टेंडेंसीज हो सकती है जल्दी से वाटर रिटेन करने की, फैट गेन करने की, वो सब टेंडेंसीज हो सकती हैं बॉडी की. बट कोई 110-120 किलो का है बिकॉज ऑफ जीन्स, इट इज वेरी डिफिकल्ट टू
Pointed out. That's true actually. Yeah, that sounds true, right?
Yeah.
But just moving on to the next step of the conversation, and I still want to talk about diet right now before we move into the other things.
Yeah.
So I have also noticed that a lot of people are taking diet for disease management.
Yeah.
Right. So and I've seen that specifically in cases of diabetes, you need to regulate what you are eating. I've known that people who have rheumatoid arthritis, they have to take certain kind of diet. I want to know like what kind of ailments for which people actually reach you out, or is it just about weight management?
No, we more than 20% of our business comes to more than 20% of our business that is coming to us is for one or more disease cases.
One or more?
Yes.
Wow.
PCOS, diabetes, thyroid. A lot of cases, I think we are serving clients who even are suffering from, who have cancer in their body. So I will say what you eat can control a lot of how your body is. And even in cases of cancer, if you have dietary guidelines, you can have a better outcome, is what I would say. Yeah, so we are getting all kinds of cases, and unfortunately all age groups. So the youngest client that we would be handling would be, let's say, a child age 7. Unfortunately, that is the state.
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah. And then again, they've gained so much weight. The family is concerned. I will say all diseases and all age groups. And then we do, for our disease management cases, we do have doctors on board who specialize in these things. For example, we have an endo on board who specializes in diabetes related cases. For all these programs, what we would do is we would involve a doctor in the first consultation, and they would understand what kind of medicines they are on. They would try to read the last reports, and they would work with our dietitians to ensure the right diet plan is going to the customer, and the food drug interaction is happening in a way we want.
Right. But this brings me to the next question. So what is the age group do you feel is very sensitive towards weight, or they want to take an immediate action, or can you just give some insight as to what is the major age segment from which your customers are coming from?
So for us, the majority of the customer is in the age group of 25 to 45. About 80%, I would say.
80%. That's significant.
But what we are now seeing, for example, if you look at today's teenager, they're extremely image conscious thanks to social media and the kind of information exposure they have. We are seeing they're extremely sensitive to their image, and they want to take charge of their image even in their schools. So we have teens. One is how they feel about themselves, and the other is because of the lifestyle we are leading. We're seeing a lot of, for example, teenager girls
Do you mean
suffering
in
from
the age group of, let's say, 11 to 16,
let's
15?
say, yeah, 14, 15 to let's say 17, 18. Lot of females going through PCOS and whatnot. So that is happening. And again, beyond 45, we are seeing, I think aging is a very new and upcoming concept, and there's a lot of talk about it. We are seeing a lot of clients who come to us who want solutions for their parents.
So kids who would really want to like take care of their parents' health in a way,
Yes.
not just weight, right?
Yes.
That's exciting. But you also talked about, when you talked about teenagers, you talked about like women in general. So can you talk a little bit about like what is the gender demographic of the customers that look like?
So 70% of the customers that come to us are women, and the rest 30% is male. I think as awareness, my hypothesis is diet plan as a concept is generally more acceptable to females. Generally.
Why is that? But what do you think?
I just feel, I think males, they've been exposed to things like gyms, and they feel they have to hit the gym and exercise to get their answers. I'm not saying exercise is bad, but they serve kind of different objectives. You cannot say I will just do diet or I will just do exercise to solve the problem. And so I think that is the bias that we've seen. And now I think it has to do with our marketing also probably. Now as we move towards that holistic well-being as a concept, we feel that is the actual solution to the problem, right? As I said, eat clean, move a little, sleep well, सब कुछ जुड़ना चाहिए.
Right.
As we move to that concept, I think our product as a holistic platform will be acceptable to more male clients also.
Because I think men, I don't know, I may be wrong, but my view is that men also have a less discipline about eating. I feel so. You can also attest to that based on a customer's data, right? But do you keep track of like whether the customers are following the diet or not?
Yeah, so we have a very high touch model. Again, very unsexy thing about our business. I think it's sad. It's not sad actually. It is. I think it is our reality. We do a lot of unsexy things at Fitelo. So what we've done is all the coaches that we have, whether they are dietitians, they are yoga coaches, they're psychologists, they're fitness instructors, all of them are on our payrolls. And this number would be 600 or 700. So it's a huge number.
It's huge.
And people say why? Because they've not heard everyone.
But can you say like when people say why, like who are these people?
So a lot of, I will say, other founders we talk to, investors we talk to, people feel.
So they have a reluctance to why you have such a big team to manage this, right?
Yes. Why do you have such a big operation? Why do you keep so much on your books and all of that? We said, look, if you really want to deliver that experience to your client, if you really want to give them results, you will need them to follow their plans. And you will need, while you build all the technology that you are building, but you will need these coaches to keep motivating these clients, to keep pushing these clients to follow their plans. वो तभी हो पाएगा. And if you want to control this entire experience, you will need these coaches on your payroll till the time you get so much technology that your processes are running streamlined. And so we continue to invest in technology. But I'll say till the point we reach that point where we know whether it is coach A or B talking to the client is getting that seamless experience. So tab tak these coaches will be on payrolls. They will continue to deliver that service and will continue investing in this supply.
No, that's also fascinating and daunting at the same time, having 600, 700 people providing you diet. And again, the natural question would be, Sahil, how do you manage all of it? Like, I understand that, and I'm asking this because I've been talking to a lot of my co-founder friends, and they say all the time that, Siddha, we want to build a light model where we don't have to employ a lot of people to actually build the business. Very recently, one of my co-founder friends said that we don't want to like build this into a service company which scales, because just to let's say to do a annual runway of let's say 100 crores, we'll need a lot of people to do this, and that's why we want to move into product, because you can bring a very great top line without having to employ a lot of people. And I've also seen this in action, like D2C brands, they do a very great top line without like having as many people as service business would require. So first thing I want to ask is, do you feel that this is kind of hindering you? That's one. Second question would be, how do you actually manage all of it?
I think for any founder, they should understand or realize what their strengths are. For me personally, I feel I work very well with people. And I've worked in service companies, so I know what it takes. But personally, it doesn't feel daunting to me. Because I work well with people, we've been able to get the best people on board Fitelo, and they're leading functions, right? While we're still trying to streamline the org structures and everything, it is an evolving structure. But today, because I'm okay and actually I enjoy working with other people, so it has not been daunting to me. It has not been daunting for me. I've never thought it like that. I think we've just kept growing. Things have just kept happening. And we've been fortunate to have some of the best people leading these functions. Probably मुझे लगता है naturally जब चीज़ें आपको कुछ आती हैं, तो ये सब चीज़ें आप नहीं सोचते.
Right.
sometimes when someone says डर नहीं लगता तो we'll like ठीक चल रहा है, right? So and people will say, right, यहाँ से जब 10x करोगे तो क्या होगा? What kind of people will you need, right?
Yeah.
And I'm thinking कि चलते रहने देते हैं, as long as I think the clients are getting results, as long as the employees are happy, as long as the business is growing and profitable, चलते रहने देते हैं. What?
Right.
Why not?
And I also feel that some of the things that you really figure out during the journey itself.
Yes.
I mean, it's been 5 years. I know that for a fact that the challenges you faced in 2022 when you didn't anticipate in 2019. Like you can't do that, right?
Yep.
Without like, even if you have a great vision, even if you have like best people, I think some things you figure out eventually on the way. But can you give me a bifurcation of like how the team is divided? How many salespeople in terms of percentage versus how many people are there in the dietitian team?
So two biggest centers for us. One is this coaches unit, about 600-700 people. जिसमें से there are 600 odd dietitians. Then 100-150 are other coaches, yoga coaches, psychologists. Then we have fitness trainers, all of these other coaches. Then we have an inside sales team, about 200-250 people. Then there are all the other departments.
Right. Marketing, ops,
tech,
finances.
marketing, finance,
Right.
analytics, all the other departments.
Right. Right.
And we are two co-founders here. So between Mac and myself, we are splitting the work.
Right.
We are again playing on our strengths.
Right.
जिसको जो अच्छा आता है, we are just trying to do that.
That's true. And I think Mac is amazing in creating content. I would like to do another podcast with him regarding this. Right?
I think content is one. Because he's been a dietitian also.
So content has been like pivotal in Fitelo's growth as well, and Mac kind of led it, right, completely day in day out.
I think one of the reasons one of the things that we realized early on is social media. In 2019, right, I used to run a page on Instagram in 2017.
Right.
I was able to.
What was it about?
It was just my travel pictures.
Yeah, I think I used to follow it back then.
Yeah,
yes.
so I think I realized early on there is money that is going to be here around this. So I grew the page in 2017 to 20. In 1 year, I was able to grow it to 25,000 followers, get a few paid collaborations, was able to earn 1 lakh from that page. And that is when I realized कुछ तो है यहाँ पे. Right? कुछ लोग यहाँ पे आ रहे हैं, कुछ तो है. Mac is completely passionate about content, right? तो हमने 2019 में when we started, we realized कि fitness की space में there is a problem. हर कोई आके कुछ नया बता देता है. There is this information का problem. Right? People are not giving the right information probably. So if there are, let's say, 10 pieces of information that you are consuming, at least I question 8 of them. And I would want to double click and understand कि क्या इसमें सच्चाई कितनी है और इसके अराउंड और क्या टर्म्स एंड कंडीशंस हैं. राइट. सो वी सेड लोगों के पास एक सोर्स होना चाहिए सही इन्फॉर्मेशन का. Mac, because had a crazy transformation journey, was a dietitian. It was natural and he loves social media. So we said Mac will be the face of the brand. And content has been. अभी हमें लगता है कि हम बहुत सारे स्टार्टअप्स बोलते हैं ब्रांडिंग करना है. वी सेड आवर कंटेंट इज आवर ब्रांडिंग because that is the first touch point we have with our potential clients.
Right.
I think on a monthly basis today we must be doing 100 million plus impressions. बहुत traffic generate होता है वहाँ से. And now what started off in I will say Punjab, Chandigarh.
Yes.
Now we have new assets on social media. अगर आप चेक करोगे, Fitelo Tamil, for example, is our latest asset. Already 150k plus followers. 1.5 लाख से ज़्यादा followers हो चुके हैं. Zero ad spend. So we are saying ये जो content से business generate होता है ना, content to commerce जो बोलते हैं.
Right.
I think we stumbled upon it probably. ऐसा हुआ हमारे साथ. ऐसा नहीं था कि हमें लगा वाओ यही next है. We stumbled upon it because when we started we just said लोगों को सही information बतानी है, engage करना है यहाँ से. And वहीं से it started generating business. So we said it's a good model. Probably that is the time we also engaged, right?
Yeah,
कि ऐसा
that's
कुछ
true.
हो रहा है तो we need help.
Correct.
So it has worked well for us and we continue to invest more in this. आज की डेट में I think advertising is important, branding is important, but आप social media को ignore नहीं कर सकते.
Yeah, that's true. I think even Fitelo, if I look at the whole journey, it doesn't seem like that, but it's also a creator-led brand. Right? हम लोग like for the first 2-3 years, it was completely from the Mac's own page and branding that we were trying to acquire sales, and Fitelo was kind of the on running parallelly
Yep.
along with it, right?
Yep.
So I think that was very pivotal. But Sahil, here is one thing, right? So what happens when you're creating content where you're not even like selling thing? So जैसे content आ रहा है उसमें we are not going and saying that hey come buy my plan, so there is no nudge.
Hmm.
What in your experience happens then when a customer is like engaging with the content, and what eases the customer journey through it, and how you are exactly using it, like going into the granularities of it?
Okay. मुझे लगता है a lot of customers today make their purchase decisions after they would be able to establish some trust with the brand that they are considering, right? So उससे कुछ online interactions हो चुकी होंगी.
Hmm.
For us that is content. And in the content we are adding value. इन्होंने अच्छी बात बताई है कि इस फूड में ऐसा होता है और these guys claim their let's say chocolate or cookies the healthiest. ये देखो इन्होंने बताया ये healthy नहीं है. You can probably eat a banana at your home, much more healthier. Again less sexy but answer मिल जाएगा यहाँ से, right? So you start building that trust. That is branding, right? Trust generate करते हो.
Right.
So जब content से आप generate करते हो and then one you can tell them directly also. We also do diet plans, but the way we do it, we have tons of success stories of our customers, right? And we keep sharing that. देखो इन्होंने हमारा plan लिया, this is their result. इन्होंने हमारा plan लिया, this is their. And now what we're doing is going a step ahead, saying इनके ही मुंह से सुनो आप इनकी story, right? So now I think even before they come to us, they've consumed a lot of this. Then they say कुछ तो interesting है मुझे
And
बात
by the
करनी है.
time they're talking to the sales team, they are kind of convinced.
मतलब halfway there. Conviction फिर भी लगती ही है obviously because again there is a lot of I will say
Yeah.
noise.
Yeah.
कोई ऐसा कोई rocket science नहीं है तो a lot of brands now doing it. So discussion फिर भी होती है. They reach out. They're considering multiple brands. So that is where the sales team comes in, inside sales team, and they will do their job.
Right. But you know, fitness industry and health industry, health I think specifically is one industry where the fake content is like used the most. I think top पे politics आता है, second पे health आता है.
Okay.
It's like that. Probably third पे, I don't know, but it's something like that. So do you think this has been hurting you in any way, right? So like customers have very unrealistic expectations, or they try to challenge the dietitians that I want this diet or that diet. Why are you not giving me this?
Definitely. So I think fake content तो hurt करता ही है. So again, but we try to manage expectations. Again मुझे लगता है ना, this is a decision for Mac and me. We will say, for example, we will never do fake or AI content or something, right? हम ऐसा नहीं करेंगे. So all the customer stories that go out from us, they are actual customers.
Right.
तो हम बोलते हैं, otherwise we will say कि यार ad है, ये promotional ad है. तो it hurts, but anything that you do for your brand should, at least हमें ऐसा लगता है, it should not deviate from why you started. हमने बोला था कि हम अच्छे से help करेंगे. We'll do genuine help. We'll not, let's say, take advantage of their emotions, right? हम help करेंगे.
Right.
तो हम we have to spend a lot of time in expectation settings.
Right.
Expectation setting करनी पड़ती है बहुत बार. I think there are some people who उसके बाद भी उनको नहीं समझ आती है, unfortunately. So then I think we have to अपने end से we keep trying. That is what we can do. But yeah, maybe they are not as happy as, let's say, other people, because हर बंदे की journey अलग है. Every client has a different body. So हर बंदे की journey अलग होगी. I think अपने end से वही हमने बोला हुआ कि यार we will not stop trying. ये कर सकते हैं हम.
Right.
We cannot fight. I avoid negative battles. So we cannot fight all of this. We just focus on ourselves and say कि अपन और अच्छा क्या कर सकते हैं, अपन उस पे फोकस करते हैं.
Right. No, I think what I really like about Fitelo is that instead of trying to make big claims, that let's say कि we can make your weight reduce by 30 kg, 50. I'm quite sure there must be ads or brands who are doing that.
There are.
Right. They say that we will reduce weight in 7 days or maybe 30 days, right?
Yeah.
So there are brands who must be doing that. And I'm saying this because in performance marketing, I know that a lot of people run ads that 11 का ROS आ रहा है, 50 का ROS आ रहा है, right? I know that it's not replicatable because you cannot replicate it across the brands, and every business is different. So I'm quite sure it must be hurting. But coming back to the point of content, you mentioned that content has been able to like help you get into business and even enter markets, so to say, right? So for entering the southern market, you had to create these pages like Fitelo Telugu, Fitelo South, Fitelo Marathi. I think that's also there.
Tamil is there, Telugu is there. Now we are thinking of more.
Yes. So you are trying to enter the market using that content piece and getting a touch with the customers. But everyone knows that, and you also know that by now, that there is a limit that how much you can get out of organic. There is a limit. I'm not saying, and I am saying this because there are brands I talk to who says that like, Siddharth, we have gotten to this 3 crores, 5 crores in ARR. How do we scale from here? When do you think that limit comes? And when that limit comes, how you should be prepared to like go about beyond that?
बहुत सही है, बहुत अच्छा क्वेश्चन है आपका. I think so we've also understood कि organic के limitations हैं. It is one, जैसे आपने scale की बात की वो तो है ही है. Attribution is a very big problem. You cannot attribute कि कौन सा content देख के client आया or that really push the person to purchase a package, right? You cannot attribute. I feel performance and organic go hand in hand. That is what I feel, honestly. You cannot avoid, if you really want to scale, you cannot avoid performance marketing. So you have to run ads and you have to think of it as an entire ecosystem. So you have a page that has good engagement, you're getting followers, you are engaging with them. They also see your ad, and then they also see your ad on Google, let's say. So it's another touch point, right? So while you can do, a lot of brands that I've seen, they just rely on ads, but I have not seen great performances of those ads.
That's correct.
So I feel that is where the organic piece, as I said, right, branding का काम करता है हमारे लिए.
That's true.
Branding is supposed to make performance cheaper.
Yeah.
That is what content can also do.
That's correct.
Regarding your question कि किस point पे करना चाहिए, very difficult to say as of now कि किस point पे करना चाहिए, but at least I feel, for example, जैसे हम Fitelo तमिल में, तेलुगु में, we've crossed 1 lakh followers on both pages, and
you mentioned without any ads.
Without any ads.
Wow.
So we feel the engagement is good. We are able to reach a certain demographic. Now is the time we can start doing ads. If we have the supply sorted, which again हम बहुत थोड़े से cautious होते हैं उसके बारे में, team on roll होनी चाहिए, right? So if we have the supply ready now, I think now is the time we can start experimenting with ads.
And do you have a different salesperson and dietitian who talk to them, like who can talk in their native language?
Yes, absolutely.
Wow. So you are like setting it up in that region itself.
Yes.
Oh, that's fantastic.
We've been deliberating कि अगर हमें वहाँ पे ऑफिस खोलना हो उस रीजन में, what would it take? क्योंकि यहाँ पे तो we are actually thinking, should we relocate for a while? What should we do? अगर वहाँ पे सेटअप करना है, if we are really bullish about the market, the way we did it here, अगर आपको penetrate करना है, तो then probably you will need to set up what you've done here, right? You'll have to learn from this success and you'll have to replicate some of it there. So we're really thinking कि और क्या करना है. So I think dietitians, native sales people, native is obviously no brainer. हमें लगा कि तो होना ही चाहिए.
Right.
And content is going in the regional languages.
Right.
So people can relate. Okay. The content team, the team that is doing the research, is native. Right. Fortunately, we have good people now जो यहाँ से बैठ के उन teams को manage कर पा रहे हैं. But at some point हमें पता है because हमारी I think journey में when we started performance for our main pages, we knew it scaled up quickly.
Yeah.
We're not ready for that yet. So we are saying उसके लिए ready होते हैं.
Right.
That is when we say let's go after performance marketing.
Right, that's correct. But here's the next question. So from acquisition point of view, so there are 3 pieces I think that we have figured out. So one is great content, which also assists in branding. We talked about that how sales team is very crucial in acquisition as well. Of course, every pitches, pricing discussion happens there. And third is performance marketing. What are the other activities that you are pursuing?
For acquiring.
For acquisition, or maybe even for marketing, let's say in general.
Okay. I think the biggest one that comes to my mind immediately is our focus on referrals.
Hmm.
So we early this year we said, okay, we've grown to a certain scale.
Hmm.
We are confident about our service,
Hmm.
and we should focus now more on referrals.
Hmm.
पहले हमें लगता था हाँ रेफरल प्रोग्राम है तो
Hmm.
बट द कंट्रीब्यूशन ऑफ रेफरल्स वाज लेस देन 10%.
Hmm.
तो हमें लगा कि कुछ ठीक नहीं है, बिकॉज वी हैव सीन कंपनीज जहाँ पे रेफरल 30% भी होता है,
Hmm.
देयर इज इवन मोर, एंड वी सेड
हम लोगों का कितना है वैसे फिटेलो में?
तो हाँ, सो दैट इज व्हाट आई एम कमिंग टू
Okay,
नाउ,
okay.
दैट वी सेड इसको और स्ट्रक्चरली करना चाहिए,
Hmm.
इसको सॉल्व करना चाहिए, बिकॉज इट इज नॉट जस्ट सेइंग वी हैव अ रेफरल प्रोग्राम, यू हैव टू आस्क पीपल द एट द राइट पॉइंट एट द राइट टाइम. द आई थिंक रेफरल लूप जो पूरा है ना, इट शुड बी easy for them to refer.
Hmm.
You have to ask them at the right time.
Hmm.
The right incentives have to be there.
Hmm.
ये सब चीज़ें सॉल्व होनी चाहिए, दैट इज व्हेन यू गेट द रेफरल.
Hmm.
सो हमने फॉर एग्जांपल सॉल्व किया व्हेन फॉर एग्जांपल अ कस्टमर इज पंचिंग इन वेट एंड इफ दे आर फीलिंग गुड अबाउट इट, लेट्स से गुड CSAT score,
Hmm.
or in a dietitian interaction they are feeling good,
Hmm.
we feel these are happy moments. That is when you can ask them about a referral. Second, we said referral is very easy, just give us the phone number and we'll take care of it, right? That we made the process extremely easy. Similarly, app के अंदर very easy to ask for a referral. Now clients को just जाके they can track what is happening to their referrals. Third, we put the right incentives in place
Hmm.
for our coaches,
Hmm.
for our clients, for people who join.
Hmm.
तो ये सब हमने किया solve. It has taken us a while. Now the referral contribution has gone beyond 20%.
Hmm.
And at our scale it is significant.
It is significant, yeah, it is significant.
तो we said इसको अपने को 30% से ऊपर लेके जाना है.
Hmm.
Zero CAC,
Hmm.
expectations पहले से set है. Customers generally know what is going to happen because if I know you, I am referring you, I'll tell you कि program कैसा है,
Hmm.
right? So and obviously as we've seen better conversions also, much better conversions than any form of marketing,
Oh.
obviously.
Obviously, yeah, that's
Obviously.
obviously.
So all the more reasons for us to now, and it's a loop, doubling down on service. और सर्विस कैसे बेटर होगी, और सर्विस कैसे बेटर होगी, राइट? तो
I know that you're pretty crazy about it कि
हाँ.
सर्विस अच्छी करनी है.
हाँ,
right?
तो और सर्विस कैसे बेटर होगी, बिकॉज आई थिंक आप कोई भी ट्रेडिशनल बिजनेस देखोगे, राइट, ट्रू बिजनेसेस आर वेर यू सी ऑल ऑफ दीज थिंग्स, कस्टमर बीइंग योर प्रमोटर्स. तो आई थिंक एम है, गोल्स हैं, ड्रीम्स दैट वी कीप ऑन चेजिंग, बट कोई ऐसे रॉकेट साइंस नहीं है. आई थिंक वी हैव लर्नड अबाउट दिस रेफरल लूप एंड नाउ वी हैव आयुष इन द टीम ट्राइंग टू जस्ट इम्प्लीमेंट इट. मैंने बहुत इजीली बता दिया, बट इट इज very nuanced. It takes a lot of time and effort. He's been at it for a few months now. तब जाके ये आउटपुट हमें दिखना शुरू हुआ है.
Right. And Sahil, I think ये मुझे पहले पूछना चाहिए, but how big is the market right now, specifically for nutrition and diet? Any estimate in India?
I will say it will be somewhere between 500 to 1,000 crores
500
yearly.
Do you mean online or you are like taking the whole industry?
I will say online.
Online, and how big would be offline according to you?
Offline would be bigger if not equal.
Hmm.
It's a very fragmented market offline.
Hmm.
Everyone in their locality would know of a famous dietitian or a diet clinic. Everyone who's in a city, even in a tier 2 city, they would have a famous dietitian or a
Yes.
diet clinic around
Yes,
them.
yes.
So
Correct.
that is how big the market is. I'm expecting, at least I think
Hmm.
the offline market is bigger than the online market.
But do you feel that apart from all these bigger competitors like Healthify Me or Fitter, these offline markets are your bigger competitors right now? Because I from my experience, they do sell the plans at the similar pricing levels, if not like higher. Or they at the same time, I feel that they have also great customer engagement, because you are able to build a great customer experience if they are sitting in the office. You can talk a lot about different things, and I know for a fact that some of the dietitian here, for instance in Chandigarh, they are able to sell plan, let's say, for the whole family instead of one person. So you are able to do all of those things. So do you feel that offline is going to be more challenging, or getting or poaching some set of customers out of it is going to be biggest challenge?
It will not be easy, but I think online, the reason why we started online was we offered convenience. and now we are adding layers of technology to add to this convenience. At your home, for example, you speak to a dietitian, that is the best to provide you results, no matter where they are located in the country. You attend your live workout whenever you want to from your home. So this convenience and all of this is backed by technology. That we invest a lot in technology. So you get the best experience at your home at a price which is generally lesser than offline. So I'm not saying offline will cease to exist. Offline will be there, but I am seeing models where brands such as us, they start online and then they go after offline, because customers eventually would want some touch points where they say, okay, I know about this brand, I want to meet them. And especially in our space, we've seen a lot of spikes, I will say. When COVID came, everything was online. When COVID went away, everything was extremely offline. Everyone was outside. The future that we see or envision is a mix of online and offline. So
Do you feel Fitelo will be going on offline anytime soon?
we are thinking about it. Offline, we don't know offline much. It is going to be a big decision. But I will not say we are keeping. I will not say that is not an option for us.
So you are open to the idea, right?
We are open to the idea when we are thinking when is the right time to do it. Currently, we believe the things that we are doing, we are gaining traction, we are gaining momentum. So we are just thinking when is the right time to do it.
Right. And Sahil, so this brings me to the like other parts of your life personally, right? So and I want to talk specifically about this because I think this is often ignored, right? So as a founder, I've seen you like for 3-4 years you haven't taken a vacation, right? Not even a Saturday, Sunday, if I'm not wrong, correct? Right. So I feel that as a founder, we go through a lot building a business, and when you scaled this company from, let's say, 0 to 100 crores, during that particular time, there were a lot of moments you must have gone through stress, right? First of all, like, how was that experience personally, like going through all of this? What were the things that you think would happen, and what are the things that you were unprepared for? And how do you feel that anyone who is listening to this or going through something like this should tackle it?
So to be honest, Siddharth, the first 3 years were difficult, and I think I was fortunate to have a family who was completely on board with the idea. तो शुरू में डिफिकल्ट था, व्हेन आई हैड टू लीव माय जॉब, वो थोड़ा कम समझ आया मेरी फैमिली को, बट इवेंचुअली विद इन फर्स्ट ईयर from hesitating, because I think I've seen difficult times in my family financially, and when me being the elder son, when I spoke to my mom कि मेरे को ये करना है, I had a good job at Genpact, right? I was the AVP, अच्छा पैकेज था, तो थोड़ी हेजिटेशन थी, काफ़ी हेजिटेशन थी कि यार इतनी अच्छी जॉब क्यों छोड़ रहा है, फाइनेंशियल स्टेबिलिटी कहाँ से आएगी, राइट? फ्रॉम दैट हेजिटेशन, आई विद इन अ ईयर शी बिकेम द बिगेस्ट प्रमोटर ऑफ Fitelo. One, she could see me. There were obviously financial outcomes after year one that started coming in, but she could see me deeply engaged and enjoying and being better. So she became the biggest promoter. And then obviously my younger brother, वो तो हमेशा से, he has been my promoter always. So I think thankfully I was able to onboard my family. तो मेरे लिए इतना कभी सोचना ही नहीं पड़ा इस सब के बारे में. For example, whenever there was a family event that I could not go to, my mother would handle it, and she would say, obviously वो busy है ना ये करने में, तो इसलिए नहीं आ सकता वो, don't expect.
Such a small gesture what you are selling, but such a huge impact in your personal life,
Yes.
right? You feel relaxed कि ठीक है,
हाँ,
someone is taking care of this aspect of my life. Wow.
हाँ, so I think मेरे लिए फैमिली को ऑनबोर्ड करना सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट था, because they are the guardians, they are your biggest guardians. So if you have them on board, in this journey you can, especially in the start, it requires effort. It requires because you are supposed to do so many things, everything, right? कोई होता ही नहीं करने के लिए, तो शुरू में आपको ही करना होता है सब कुछ. But इतना मुश्किल हमें नहीं लगा. And then there were other things that I managed financially and otherwise also. तो मैंने जितनी सारी जो चीज़ें एक आती हैं किसी लेट्स से एक नॉर्मल एक फाउंडर की जर्नी में, क्या आता है, फाइनेंशियल कंस्ट्रेंट्स आते हैं, फैमिली क्वेश्चन करती है चीज़ें, राइट, ऑल द थिंग्स दैट कम इन अ वे, लाइफस्टाइल में कुछ प्रॉब्लम हो जाती है, राइट. आई हैड टेकन केयर ऑफ ऑल दीज थिंग्स इन एडवांस. तो उससे एटलीस्ट मेरे को सोचना ही नहीं पड़ा. आई वॉज जस्ट इन इट डे वन से. और अच्छा ये हुआ कि आई वॉज इन इट 100%. मेरे को कभी कुछ सोचना ही नहीं पड़ा. और first 3 years was like that, but I think fortunately now we have a great team. In the last 2 years we've been able to build the best team at Fitelo. For me now ऐसा नहीं है, स्ट्रेस नहीं है, but I can plan better, I can plan to take a break. अब मैं वो चीज़ें कर सकता हूँ.
But what do you do when you're not working, like if you can share, like which probably kind of keep you at a equilibrium, right? You're not stressed, you're not very say excited or active, you're just like there.
I'm getting back to reading now. पहले मेरे को reading बहुत पसंद थी. So I think last 1 year or so I'm getting back to reading now. Every day morning I will read a few pages. I will consume content on YouTube, podcast, and I think I will listen to other founders and their journeys, and though were two specific areas of interest, health and fitness obviously, and the startup ecosystem. So I will tend to do that. I'm just trying to think.
Okay.
और क्या टाइम है जो मैं काम नहीं कर रहा होता. I don't think अभी भी इतना ज़्यादा टाइम तो नहीं होता खैर. Yeah, but whatever time I get, I will try to give it to my family.
That's great and fantastic. So Sahil, one last question before we end this. I would like to know what has been your most fulfilling moment at Fitelo. I know that there are going to be more, but in the last 5 years, one particular moment you felt that yes, that this is going great.
Difficult, सोचने दो.
Yeah, please take your time.
Honestly मुझे लगता है हम थोड़ा स्केल कर गए हैं. But when we were small, we were not funded. But till that time, we had a team of about 80 odd people. मैंने चंडीगढ़ 2008 में छोड़ा था because there were no job opportunities here. नहीं था उस टाइम पे यहाँ पे कुछ. I had to move out, find a job. Job मेरे को मिल गई थी, but I have to move out because of my job. When we were a team of 80 people or so, right, giving them salary every month, I think I was the proudest because they were, and बच्चे सब हिमाचल से, पंजाब से, हरियाणा से, they'd all come to Chandigarh to find opportunities. I felt very happy कि Fitelo उनको एक opportunity दे पाया that they don't have to go to Bangalore or a Pune or a Bombay or a Gurgaon to get a job. So being able to do that, it gave me a moment of satisfaction saying we are changing the ecosystem here. We are helping people who want to do good in life. उनके पास उनको घर से ज़्यादा दूर नहीं जाना पड़ेगा. They can get their answers here.
Yes.
So that is still to date. That is a very proud moment for me to be able to do that, to be able to be a part of company that is doing that.
That's correct. And I also feel that in the local region, in the last 5 to I think 8 years, things have changed comparatively, and it's also important that we bring that change, because I have seen a lot of people who can't move away from their family to work in other areas because of multiple reasons, right? There is health condition, sometimes the financials not allow it, sometimes there is just single parent, right? So not a lot of people can do that. So I think it's important that we are bringing this, and it's fantastic that
I think एक और अभी तो it has gone to the next level right now that I'm thinking. Just day before yesterday I got to know of a dietitian in the team. She has been in our system. She's been with Fitelo for like 3 years now. She bought a flat. And then I know there are so many young people, less than 25 years of age, who've bought flats in and around Chandigarh.
Wow.
From their own money. तो इससे बड़ी,
that's so fulfilling, right?
इससे बड़ी achievement क्या
you
हो
are
सकती है?
contributing to people's lives.
Yeah, and two things, right? They are happy. That is why they are committed to Fitelo also. They're saying, हाँ यहाँ पे से I will be able to I know at least 10 people now who've bought flats in around Chandigarh, and then they're like 25, 26 years of age, and so they're saying we do well here. हम EMIs तो हम कर ही लेंगे. It shows their commitment to Fitelo, and the proudest part is it shows that at such young age they've been able to buy a flat. So I just think उनके parents कितने proud feel करते होंगे.
Yeah, and I think it gives you more reason to work, come to the company.
Yeah.
Right.
I just hope we keep on getting more such people who just. I keep telling my team often, Fitelo हम एक ऐसा platform बनाएंगे where good, honest, hard-working people, they have the best time in their life.
That's such a great vision. But yeah, again, I think थोड़ा stretch हो रहा है, but I'll ask another question then. What do you think is the future of Fitelo next 5 years from now? Where do you see it going?
There are a few things that I feel that will shape the future of this industry, and as such, the directions of Fitelo. One, everyone is talking about AI. AI is changing the way we work. We are integrating it wherever we can as well. It helps to create personalized and customized experiences. People will need personalized and customized help in future, and AI will enable that, so we keep investing in that. Second, there is a push towards holistic health. So people are now talking about everything: diet plans, exercise, mental well-being, sleep. We want to be a platform that helps people to take care of their holistic health. 3, smart devices are just getting better. The kind of data that we get from a smartwatch or a smart scale or a smart ring, it is getting better and accurate. People want to take charge of their health. They want to know. Because of social media, they are now little aware. So we are integrating smart devices into our platform to further customize and personalize our offerings. 4 is awareness. We want people to trust Fitelo to be that one source where they get the right awareness when it comes to fitness and health. And 5th is the personal coaching aspect. Whenever they need a personal coach in this journey, Fitelo should be their platform of choice. So that is what I see us doing in the next few years. And let's see how it goes.
No, I think it's going to be fantastic. I loved what you said about the fulfilling moment. And I think a lot of people would relate with it. A lot of entrepreneurs will relate with it.
Yeah.
But I think that's all for the interview, Sahil. But before we end this, I would like a quick feedback. कि कैसा था? How did you enjoy it?
अच्छा था सिद्धार्थ. So the way I was thinking, मैं जो चीज़ें प्लान कर रहा था कि जिस तरीके का क्वेश्चन फ्लो था, it was completely different.
Yes.
So I think that is the better part.
Yes.
तो probably मैं जो आंसर सोच रहा था कि हम ये बात करेंगे तो उससे हम आई थिंक जिस फ्लो में हम थे, आई लाइक द फ्लो.
Right.
तो ऑटोमेटिक ही नेचुरली था द वे वी
That's correct.
जनरली मीट. आई वाज अ लिटिल नर्वस कि ये कैसे होगा ऑनेस्टली, बट मुझे लगता है जैसे हम नॉर्मली बात करते हैं ऑलमोस्ट वैसे ही हमने की.
Yes.
दैट इज द बेस्ट पार्ट.
Right. So just before we end this, I want you to look in the camera and
Okay.
say that please subscribe to the channel Marketing Gossip on YouTube.
Marketing Gossips.
Yes.
Please subscribe to the channel Marketing Gossips on YouTube.
All right. I think that's all for now. Thank you so much, Sahil.
Thank you.